So how much of a thrill has it been traveling with the one and only last descendant of the great Solomon Coe? Is it everything you imagined? Ain't you ever heard of sarcasm, friend? Okay, so how's it traveling with one of the great Coes? That better? Well, that's a first. I gotta say, it's a relief being with you. So many people hear Coe and they expect me to pull some miracle out of a hat. Time has a way of just building on itself. Solomon was a good man. Great one, even. But if he ever heard all the bullshit being talked about him these days, he'd flat out deck him. There's books about him, lots of them. Alright, a couple of high notes. He was one of the first grav jump explorers, back when they had no idea of the dangers. First solo jump out of Sol System, all him. He explored all the planets in Cheyenne and settled Aquila. Plus he formed the whole Freestar Collective with Volley. So, as you can see, the names got some serious heft. It appears I left him in my other jacket. Sorry. But really, for some people, it ain't a joke. They have serious expectations. Yeah, there was a time, well before Cora, where it really weighed on me. Felt like every little thing I did or didn't do was a reflection on our great legacy. It's enough to drive you crazy. Now I just hope I can help Cora to... I don't know. Your kind words are appreciated. For my father, Cora, and me, everything starts and ends with Solomon Coe. He looked out at the stars, and he dreamed a way to get there. Imagine being the first person to jump into a new system, set foot on a new world. Hell, I get it. That's powerful stuff. And now... I'm just getting sappy. You're a bad influence, you know that? I believe that might be the most honest thing you've ever said. Well, I hope the comic book they make about our adventures is better than that rag on Solomon. The stuff they publish is just downright embarrassing. Sorry, I plain forgot what I wanted to talk with you about. That girl. If Cora leaves her tools out one more time... I mean, I love her more than life itself, but I can only say the same damn thing so many times. Oh, next time I see her, I'll paste on a smile and ask her ever so nicely to pick them up. Again. I mean, this is between me and you. But Cora wasn't exactly planned. I don't know if I mentioned, but I served a spell in the Freestar Rangers. Had a partner. Lillian Hartz. Well, we were like fire and ice, but, well, it wasn't all bad. She's one of their top rangers, so they keep her in the field a lot. That's how she likes it. Well, it wasn't by choice. It was a lousy fit. Maybe someday I'll get into it. I'm just happy I found Constellation. Best damn organization in the settled system, do you ask me? If anything, I think she should be jealous of you. Maybe some other time I'll get into the whole Lillian chapter. It wasn't always like it is now. Hell, when Cora was born, I was completely out of my depth. For the first few months, I kept thinking what a colossal mistake I made. Me, a father. But one late night, early morning, whatever, little Cora gave me my first smile. And I knew I'd do anything for that girl. Well, Mrs. Lillian Coe was right there with me. And as bad as I had it with nursing at all hours, I know I had it comparatively easy. But that don't mean those first few months were good by any stretch of the imagination. People say it changes everything. And it does. And no matter how much you think you are prepared. You said Cora's great, and I think so too. but I see so much of myself in her. I've done things I'm not proud of. Said things even worse. I try to be better for Cora, but is she gonna fall into the same traps? Well, it's bad enough. Let me put it that way. And that's the truth there. I know it seems crazy, towing her across the stars, but I'm not exactly swimming with options here. Her mother, like I said, another story, another time. And what, have her raised by Jacob, my dad? I'd sooner ship her off to Vladimir. No, not really. Lillian and me don't have any siblings. We'd have to start looking into really extended family for other relations, and I wouldn't want to anyway. Looking after Cora, that's not something I want to pawn off on someone. You think? Well, she does say the damnedest things. And if she just learned to pick up after herself, she just might live until she's 13. Yeah, sorry if I'm a little out of it. Didn't get much sleep last night. Lillian and me, I tried talking with her and I lost my cool. Got a little heated. I know I woke Cora up. Well, up until a few years ago, she kept hoping we'd get back together. I mean, Lillian and I stayed married longer than we should have for Cora's sake. But we really weren't doing Cora any favors there. Well, that statement's gonna keep me up at night, like everything? Just so you know, there's a long, proud tradition of singing in the shower. Ah, Lillian, she's an incredible woman. Truly. But it is always, and I mean always, about the job. When she bleeds, Freestar colors spill out. And back when I was a ranger, we were quite the team. I never had much passion for law enforcement. But there were days I was damn proud to wear the uniform. And other days, too messy. I mean, we always walked the line well. Lillian is good that way. But some laws I think are horseshit. And ruining lives because some barroom brawl got out of hand, that never sat well with me. Oh, don't worry, you're in a category all your own. What was I? But one day, I was just done. No particular reason. It had been building for a long time. See, I tried to convince Lillian to leave it behind, come with me. She shot me down. Hard. Hurt my pride. More than a little. But she was probably right. Not for a second. And she's right. Lillian is where she's meant to be. She always wants to fight the good fight. And the Rangers are lucky to have her. We were making each other miserable. And that wore on poor Cora, too. It's funny, our latest argument started because Lillian thinks I'm putting Cora in too much danger traveling with you. I told her what you told me, that Cora is just blossoming with all this. With Sarah, you, heck, even Walter. I just know Cora has futures I could never dream of. But Lillian, not so much a fan of you. That kind of set me off. Late night stakeouts, shootouts with a lot of leftover adrenaline. Well, we were never lacking in chemistry. Compatibility, on the other hand, yeah, they should have t-shirts for it and everything. I mean, Lillian loves Cora to pieces. But Cora's been stood up a time or two by Lillian. Always for the best reasons. Last time I think Lillian got a medal for it. But at a certain point, Lillian's excuses don't matter. Poor Cora cried for a week. I don't want to put her through that again. You are just too damn wise for your own good. Well, something to think about. And for now, Lillian's going straight to voicemail. So everyone can sleep easy. You know, traveling with you has been something else. The best part is when we're charting course for the next jump. I never feel at home planetside. How about you? Now that's the right answer there. See, the people I don't get are the ones who never go anywhere. They stay in their own hometown, they just live and die there. There's a whole galaxy full of wonder and things you could never imagine. How can they be satisfied with one tiny sliver of it? I mean, right? I think everyone should at least get out once. Go someplace, meet people. Get out of your comfort zone so you can really see that the worlds are more than just little issues and bickering. There's a mess of ugly out there, but my God, there's grandeur, too. That helps you understand how this crazy place fits together. I want to be the Coe that finds something deep out there. Solomon got us here in a big way. I'd like to discover something that moves people. Makes them feel just a bit of what I feel when I jump systems. Not knowing what's next. Then you are a glutton for punishment. But I do love the way you listen. Yeah, it's funny, as much as Jacob, my dad, cashes in on the family name, he's got no adventure in him. And I get it. It's dangerous, sometimes scary out there. But that's what exploration is. Going off the map and seeing if there truly be dragons. Not one drop. He's always been about making deals, keeping goods moving. Despite his many, many flaws, I think deep down, he is trying to do good for Kilo City. But if you're gonna be name-dropping Solomon all the damn time, you should act a little more like him. I couldn't ask for better company. I don't got many friends, so I figure I gotta level with you. My past keeps showing up. I should get ahead of it before I get behind it. Hell, this is tougher than I thought it was gonna be. That means a lot. When I turned 18, my dad used one of his many connections to get me my first real job. That, plus the magical Coe family name, meant I was shipping freight out of Aquila. If there's a way to take the wonder out of space, it was working for that outfit. Every milligram of helium-3 accounted for, timetables down to the second, too busy to ever really appreciate anything. Or even look up. Yeah, that's about the size of it. So, an opportunity comes by from the boss man. He says, run this job, don't ask questions, and there's a bonus. Hell, I was still just a kid. I jumped on it. I knew I wasn't shipping some dried mangoes, but suddenly, God help me, it was fun. Up until then, I tried my best to be the dutiful son. I hated it. But man, I tried. This was a rush. It's a thrill. Lying through my teeth to customs, even that shady delivery guy. Felt like I was finally, truly living. You think? So, more jobs started coming. And everywhere I went, suddenly dangerous people were much better armed. I'd hear about armed conflicts and civilian casualties. Innocent casualties. And I'd pretend that wasn't me. Maybe I wasn't smuggling weapons, maybe I was carrying something else. As long as I never open the boxes, I can keep pretending. Not directly. And I'd tell myself they'd get guns from someone else. But in my heart, I knew blood was on my hands. Soon the boss man's relying on me, and the pay was nice. We also started partying a lot together. Hard. There are whole weeks that are blank. Never had a lick of trouble. Till I did. At the time, I thought I was the bee's knees. But looking back, a lot of it was dumb luck. I swear my damn name got me out of trouble most of the time. Oh, you're a Coe like Solomon? They just waved me through. I had booze enough and drugs enough to never really have to look too hard in the mirror. I knew if I did, I wouldn't like what I saw, or where it was going. Yeah, but it takes two to tango. To this day, I don't know what I was running that last job, but it was tasty enough a whole mess of Crimson Fleet jumped me at the rendezvous. Yeah, a sane man would have been scared, but I looked at my pissant trading skiff's dual cannons and shouted, "Oh, this is on!" Yeah, I blew up one of the pirates before they realized that I was out of my gourd. I managed to get them down to 2 left before every system I had was fried. I was done. And that should have been the end. But that's when the Rangers showed up. It just felt right. Like this is what I was meant to be. And I was young, no care in the world. I thought, what, there's only 7 of you? I like those odds. I don't even know how I did it. Pure instinct, but it wasn't enough. And then, dependable and straight as an arrow, Lillian Hart came on the comm, and well, it's like hearing the voice of an angel. The Rangers took them out, no problem. All that's fuzzy, though. See, I passed out. And when I came to, Lillian was there. Seems the Rangers were impressed with me. Offered me a job. Yeah, by all rights, it should have been a prison cell, but Lillian, she saw something in me. And I took the job. And that's it. All my cards are on the table. Officially, my cargo was destroyed by the fleet. Unofficially, hell yes, she knew. She jettisoned it herself. I don't know why she did it, but she stuck her neck out for me. And after she helped me sober up and put the mess I was back together. Look, I'm guilty as hell of smuggling who knows what. And there are people I dealt with, bad people, that would recognize me. But I swear I did more questionable stuff for the Rangers, under orders, mind you, than I ever did as a smuggler. That's, well, that. But the thing that scares me is Cora. I mean, I gotta tell her someday. Sometimes the way she looks at me, I'm not worthy of that. But to see that look gone... that means a great deal to me. Just so you know, all this is why Lillian is... something else. And I know you're right, I need to let her into Cora's life in a big way. I just need to get up the nerve to talk with her. Well, for now, let's do something more cheery. Like getting a root canal. I'd appreciate your advice. After our last talk, I was really worried what you'd say, but I always feel better. Thank you. Cora's grandpa, good old Jacob, well, he just will not stop pestering me to see Cora. And that's complicated. I mean, can you blame them? She's something else. But things with my dad, my early years, they weren't good. My mother died when I was 7. Some people have such strong memories from their early life. Me, I mean, I remember her. I have some pictures. I remember the feelings, but just a few clear memories. She had these truly ancient cameras, like caveman type things. She had a room with a red light. She developed pictures she took in this chemical bath. I remember sitting on a stool, looking up at them slowly fading in, and it was like alchemy to me then. And that's all I have. Just glimpses like that. She banged up her knee real good. in an accident. So she went in for knee replacement. Supposed to be routine, but that damn anesthesiologist dropped the ball. And one day Mom's fine, and the next, doctors take her away. Oh, it's all right. It's ancient history. So, Jacob raised me on his own, and shit, maybe I don't give him enough credit. I mean, I know how tough it is, but he was strict, hard. Dad was a longtime civil servant, a big man in government, and he had a future all laid out for me. Man, could he get his hooks into you. He was scary good at that. At his height, he was some sort of trade minister, a very prominent man in Aquila City. After I came along, he stepped down to a lower posting. We still had a finger in trade all over the collective. I can't deny it. He sacrificed a lot to be closer to Mom and me. Maybe. But it was tough to live up to his exacting expectations. But I tried. I felt the weight of legacy. I wanted to do him proud. He said I had to learn the business, run some freight, see how credits flow, speak the language. Meanwhile, he's working some angle for a government job for me after. That sounded even more miserable than what I was doing. Oh, I started to. Many, many times. He'd always steer the conversation away or just use logic to dissect every little point. Once I held my ground, and he said I was an ungrateful child, not worthy of what he was doing. Imagining you around back then, let's just say you would have been, distracting. But I had a point, if I could remember it. Even after I was with the Rangers, Dad was just always needling, angling for me to join the government. But by then I knew myself more, and I could stand up to him. And Lillian, well, she helped. If I let Jacob into Cora's life, he'll dream up some big future for her and tie her into knots like he did with me. The man could teach a master class in manipulation. Well, no. But he hasn't had much opportunity. And he's a sly one. I'm not sure I'd be able to spot anything. I mean, I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure that freight company was silently partnered with good old Dad. And the smuggling? I wouldn't put it past him to be involved. Very involved. He always did a good job of keeping that side of the business hidden from everyone. Especially me. Man, you are just dead set on all of us being one big happy family, aren't you? Maybe it's worth trying. For Cora's sake, I guess I got more to think about. We need to find Cora and talk with her. She made it sound like it's life or death. Thanks for grabbing me. Cora wanted something and I was hoping you could humor her. For me. Cora! Cora! So, what's so important that you needed us?
Thank you for talking to me. I got something super important. Something's wrong with Mom.
You just figuring this out?
No, she's in trouble. It's been too long since she's written me.
Wait, you read each other?
Focus. We need to find Mom. You believe me, right? We were reading the Count of Monte Cristo together, and she hasn't gotten back to me. She's a slow reader, but it's been too long, even for her. She always sends a message when she's finished, but I haven't heard anything. Very serious.
Listen, trust me, Lillian Hart is not in trouble. She eradicates trouble. That's her thing.
This is not normal.
I don't even know where she's stationed, Gumdrop.
Dad. She's on Neon.
I know this is a whopper of a favor to ask, but there will be no end to this until we see Lillian and clear this all up. Thanks. You being willing to do this, it means a lot.
Bring all your guns and armor and stuff. It's going to get serious.
Lillian will be at the ranger outpost on Neon. That's Jalen, Price's office. So, if she's out, he should be able to help. It should be easy. Of course, he's Lillian. Everything will be back to normal.
Welcome back. Listen, feel free to use anything. Wait, is that Sam Coe? You have a lot of nerve. Here to yell at Lillian personally? Maybe change things up a little?
Listen, this ain't about me. It's about the kid.
I didn't see you, Princess. Sorry. So why are you here then? Besides him ditching the Rangers to join, what was it, Constellation? Lillian Hart is a hell of a Ranger. And every single time she gets a message from him, it just makes her job that much harder. He should just do us all a favor and get out of our lives. Sam drug you all the way out here. That is a favor. But Lillian, sorry. I'm afraid I cannot disclose that information. You do remember that from your Ranger days, Sam? About civilians not being allowed to know sensitive information and all that? It's Cora, right? I just can't say anything. I'm sorry. So, this is official business. Sorry. That's different. I haven't heard from Lillian in some time. I know she was working a case, a big one, and was playing it really close to the vest. Feel free to search her desk. Maybe there's something there. Sorry, that's all I got. She headed out a few weeks ago. I asked if she needed anything from me. She's really formidable. One-lady army type of thing. But I could tell the case was dangerous. Hey, I'm genuinely happy to help you out. Your friend? Not so much. Listen, I've heard a lot of stories about you. If Lily needs an assist, she couldn't ask for anyone better. So good luck. Hopefully, you won't need it.
So what'd you find? Oh, it is something. So she had a confidential informant. Huh.
An address of Lillian's confidential informant. What's a confidential informant?
A snitch. Someone that works for bad people but is helping the authorities on the side. Well, looks like we have a lead. No name, but an address works. Shall we? Well, as long as we don't make too much noise, we should be fine. Neon's always got people coming and going. But... something's not right here. Not at all. Let's hurry up. Well, I guess I owe you a beer when we're done. Or maybe more like a brewery. Let's go.
You keep doors locked.
Well, yeah, you'd have to be certifiable to leave your door unlocked on Neon. What are you doing?
Picking the lock.
What? Where the hell did you learn to do that?
A book. Oh, and Vladimir.
I told you nothing good will come from those books. I can't believe my little Cora is picking locks. No, she's a little sponge. Always has been. Just soaking up books and learning like no one's business. But Vladimir and I are gonna have some words. Ain't that the truth? But seriously, dragging her all over creation? Maybe Lillian's right. Well, Neon's a rough town. She's waltzing through it like it's nothing. All this hustle and bustle, I know the allure. I fell for it. It's all champagne and pop rocks until the bill comes due. You really think so? I mean, I know you said Constellation's good for her. You really think that, even now?
Lock's done.
Well, I guess that's our cue. Looks like you found it. A slate.
What's it say?
Shit. Sioka Syndicate. Victor compound, some stuff about fake IDs and cover details. Lillian's doing a deep cover-up on the Syndicate. Oh, it's bad. The Syndicate is a mean customer. Even the Rangers don't tussle with them unless they have an important reason. Lillian, what the hell were you up to? Oh, this is getting better and better. Cora, listen to me. This is too dangerous.
No.
The Syndicate is very real and very deadly. There's no way.
No, you listen, Dad. I'm not 8 anymore. I know I can't shoot or anything. But she's my mom. I can be a pair of eyes. I know things. I will be useful, promise. If Mom... And I could have done something about it and didn't.
I know that look. Ah, damn it. Yes, do you hear that? It's not just me that's worried about you.
I promise. I'll be careful. You'll see.
All right. Let's go find your mother. Touchdown. Okay, give me a second. I still know some Ranger secure frequencies. This is Coe. Art, you there? Please respond.
Hart here, acknowledged. And frequency secured. Sam? Sam, what are you doing here?
Mom!
Oh, you gotta be. Sam, you didn't bring my daughter here, did you?
Not the time or place. What's your status?
We will be talking about this later. Cover is intact for now, but the clock's ticking down fast. Too fast. A distract and extract should do it.
Like old times.
Great. Just great. And Sam, if even one hair on Cora's head gets hurt...
We are 110% on the same page.
Comms out.
All right. Well, time for us to make an entrance. You're still in, right? She needs us to distract the Syndicate so she can shed her cover and then make it to the extraction point. Yeah, we've done a couple of runs like this before. Hope I'm not too rusty. I owe you. Big time. Come, drop. Take my binoculars from my bag. You're our eyes, okay? You tell us about anything you see.
Roger.
You move one solitary inch away from that perch, and you will be grounded until you're 30. I am not kidding. This is my deadly serious face, yeah?
I got it. I won't move.
Good. Oh, this has to be the most half-baked idea. Okay, let's make it happen.
You're the new ranger, right? I see the stories about you weren't exaggerated. Thanks.
Looks like I get to play hero for once.
I gotta say, your timing is spot on. My cover was hours from being blown to hell. We have a lot to talk about, but let's get to your ship first. Except for any stragglers, yes. By the time they send some reinforcements, we'll be long gone. I did say thanks, right? Let's just say you made quite the impression on my daughter. Kinda wish I didn't know so much about you, honestly. I can't wait to put this place behind me. This is your ship, right? I hate to ask, but I'm gonna need some more assistance with my mission.
Are you for real? Weren't you just chewing me out about putting Cora at risk?
Thanks, Sam. What if you were spotted? Either here or I assume Neon. It means the Syndicate may come after all of you. The only way to get us to be really safe is to see this through. I think the Seoka have found a way to intercept some of our secure transmissions. We can't trust traditional communication. I have a limited window where the intel I gathered is actionable, so I'm afraid it's just us. That's fair.
Just like Lillian. Straight from one fire to the next.
That's the job, Sam. You know that. There's a shipment of armaments coming in on a heavy freighter, the Duma. I know its itinerary, but I don't know where the arms are being stored. If we find the cache, we can lure out a Seoka underboss, Valerie Mascara. Yes, what do you think?
Well, taking out one ship isn't that bad. And the goal is good. Always is with you, Lillian.
The worst kind of criminal. She's smart. Too smart. She's convinced a number of the Seoka to think outside the box. She has plans larger than Neon, and that makes her very dangerous. As can I. So we get the location of the cache from the Duma. Then we make our move. Thank you. Excellent. We know where the cache is now. I know the type Valerie uses. It'll be very secure, and if you trip the alarm, it'll send a distress call out. We can count on at least one ship being within range, maybe two. Valerie has more robots than men, so expect hard targets. Valerie wants to arm the Syndicate and start preying on all the little outposts and space stations that are far away from Rangers' protection. She's not a pirate, she's an extortionist. And if we let her get her hooks into these people, it could take generations before it's clean. Right now, we have a chance to stop a problem before it starts. It's time we deal with Valerie once and for all. Sam has had a lot to say about you. I can't believe you're fine with bringing my daughter along on all your adventures. And encouraging Sam with all this constellation is great for core nonsense. It's dangerous. Well, I didn't know that. I'll have to talk with her. And maybe Sam too. So I'm sure Sam's told you all about me. Go on. Ask whatever you want. He did? That's some serious ancient history. Well, we came across what remained of the pirates that attacked him, and the way he flew, fearless, brave, unpredictable. If there were any contraband on his ship, that would be such a waste of talent. Fortunately, any cargo he had was jettisoned in the fight. Understood? A confidential informant was supposed to arrange transport off that rock, but I lost contact with him. The Syndicate got to him, and it was only a matter of time before they found me out. I owe you for the assist. It's complicated. Oh, so complicated. Cora's the one who reached out to me a couple years ago. We exchanged messages. Then the little scam convinced me to join a book club with her. I mean, books are fine. But the looks I got from my fellow Rangers reading Alexander Dumas, we do strange things for kids. Another time. And it's over. I could see why they were eager to recruit you for the Rangers. I can see why Sam speaks so highly of you.
We need to talk. I mean, really talk, Lillian.
Maybe somewhere private?
No, I might need a little... damn it, emotional support, all right? Thank you.
If you want to fight in front of your friend, I'm ready.
I know you don't approve of Cora being with me.
Don't you see why? If you keep this up, she could get hurt, or killed, or worse.
Yeah, but she hasn't. She's been safe. I've been keeping her that way her whole life. And she's not a little girl anymore. She helps keep me alive, too. Hey, back me up here. See? Doesn't that make you feel better?
It actually does. I don't agree. I don't think I ever will. But I'll make my peace with it. All right?
Listen, all this, it has to stop. Like, every time we talk, it makes me want to punch a wall.
I don't want to be mad at you. I really don't.
Lillian, I don't know if what we had was ever love. But we used to like each other. We need to get back to at least being civil. For Cora's sake. It always feels like you're judging me, Lillian. Like I'm not a good enough dad or good enough partner. And there's all this messy history.
I don't think that, Sam. I don't. I know I can hit below the belt. But the way you turn your life around, it's impressive. Truly.
It's hard, but you're right. Isn't this good, Lillian?
Yeah, it actually is. If we were going to be really honest here, Sam, Cora and you, we were always together, back when we were a team. Cora would follow you everywhere, like a little adoring dog. Just felt out of it. Long before we separated.
Lillian,
No, Sam. I need to get this out. But it's not fair that I take that out on you. Sorry, alright? Thank you.
I know. It's my fault, too. Truce?
Truce. But I need something, Sam. I need to see my daughter more. These messages just hurt. They're such a tease.
And she misses you. But Lillian, the last 3 times we planned something, you bailed twice. Twice. Every time you do that, it destroys Cora. And I'm the one that has to deal with it. That does make sense. Maybe you can have Cora for a vacation or something. You gotta have, like, years of shore leave banked.
Oh, God, thank you. Thank you.
And Lillian, you know I care for you, right? But you and me?
I know. We were over before we even began.
Look, it's none of my business, I know, but you need to put yourself out there. And there's bound to be someone, hell, lots of someones, that would be thrilled for the complete Lillian Hart badass ranger package. Actually, I know a certain person on Neon.
Oh, stop.
I'm just saying, there are people that would do right by you. There's more to life than rangering.
I'll think about it. Sam and I didn't really choose to be with each other. It just sort of happened. And then Cora. I admire Sam. And he's one of the few people in the systems that can make me laugh. But I never really was. And I'm certainly not now. Oh my, you're terrible.
Oh, that was priceless.
Now it's my turn. Sam, you're a good dad. I know I don't say it enough, but you are. But there is more to life than being Cora's father. So same advice to you. Find someone. Maybe you already have.
Well, aren't you just loving the turnabout and fair play nonsense?
See you around, Sam.
So you see why I like her? I mean, we were never a good fit. But Lillian's good people. She's full throttle freestyle ranger through and through. I got a lot to think about. You know, for the first time in ages, I feel good. Really good. So listen, in Aquila City, there's an old haunt of mine. On a balcony near a good old statue of Solomon Coe. I want to show you. And have our own real talk, okay? And maybe figure out a way to repay you. Hey, thanks for coming here with me. You know, I used to truly hate this place. When I was a kid, I'd throw stones at that statue. Just beamed him over and over. Almost got arrested for it once. Shopkeep called the ranger over, who chewed me out good. But once he found out I was a Coe, he just cut me loose. Actually said, you of all people shouldn't do that. And I wanted to shout. I'm the only one who deserves to. But I managed to hold my tongue. It was a close one. I prefer to call myself spirited. But, I don't know. Maybe it's just the post-mission glow. I miss the old guy. Maybe even Aquila City. A little. With all that's gone on, with what we've been through, I finally feel at peace. Lillian and I were never meant for each other. But it's good to have her back as a mother to Cora. It's great, even. She was over the moon. Which is good. And for now. But I know Lillian. There will be days when she flakes. Big time. Either way, Cora's better with her in her life. Warts and all. I couldn't have done it without you. And I'm sensing a theme. But you know, behind every lucky star that's come my way lately, I see, you. I've talked with you about things no one, and I mean no one, else knows. Well, your words have been a great comfort. You know, you live long enough, and you can just get covered in garbage. From the mistakes, the betrayals, the misfortune. Makes it easy to lose sight of the things you should be thankful for. I'm the luckiest man I know then. Sincerely. When we met originally, and I heard you wanted to travel together, I didn't know what to think. It seemed you waltzed into Constellation so quickly and easily. I thought maybe you were like Walter's bastard kid or ward or something. But, you know, you're pretty amazing. Man, I can't believe I just said that. Well, a little lost for words. I figured we had something. Some chemistry. Some very real chemistry. Wow. That came out of nowhere. This is a big step. A huge step. If we do this, I want you to know I want the whole package. Candlelight dinners, walks on the beach, the whole kit and caboodle. You want that too, right? Oh, I'm 100% sure. Try me. Hell yeah. The whole thing ain't worth it without that. You are the single best thing that's ever happened to me. I love you. And later on, maybe I'll show you just how much. Never quite had a friend like you. I'm smiling ear to ear already, darling. Pinch me. I'm not dreaming. If I am, don't ever wake me. For you, love, anything. Another time, then. Ever since we've started being a couple, things have been going well. Like, really well. But at a certain point, Cora, we gotta make sure Cora's all right with this. I keep meaning to, and, you know, there's just never the right time. All right, I keep checking out about it, you got me. I'm just so damn happy. It's hard to rock the boat. Right. Sorry, you know you play hell with my attention span sometimes. But it's not just about you and me. It's about my daughter, too. I'm not sure how much you've talked with Cora, but I think you should. Hey, if you're happy with what we have right now, you don't have to. But if we get much more serious, I need to know Cora's on board. Oh, I'm gonna talk with her too. But Cora and I are a package deal. She needs to get to know you and at least be okay with us being an item. I really hope that's not a deal breaker. Don't worry about it. She doesn't bite. Well, not anymore.
Your ship smells so much better than Dad's? Like, a lot. Good. I've been wanting to ask you something, too. Me first. Why did you help us out with Mom? It was super dangerous. I know. I mean, anyone around the two of you knows that. What are your intentions with my father? You heard me. Your intentions. Now. I figured it was something like that. Just so you know, I like you too. Dad's never been happier. Well, we've never been happier. So if you guys need to sneak off to smooch some more sometime, you have my blessing. That's how it works, right? I, got to go. But thanks.
So, how'd the talk with Cora go? Yeah, good one. For real, what did she say about us? I sometimes wonder how she could be my kid. She's smarter than I ever was. I keep thinking back to what you were saying, that we're lucky. I don't know, luck is too small a word. With so many people out there, the odds of, well, finding you feels like, destiny. I mean, look, I'm trying to play it cool. But you gotta know, I'm crazy about you. And, well, how do you see this playing out? How do you do that? Right when I think I've got it all figured out, you just rock my world again. In the very best way. I mean, I hoped, maybe even prayed. You mean it, right? I'm gonna be with you and never let go. Well, apparently we're having a ceremony. Anytime you're ready, head over to Aquila City. Figure it's about time to make some genuine good memories at the Coe Estate. I can't wait.
Apparently, we're having a ceremony today. Although right now, it's just me and the mayor cooling our heels here.
Jacob, it's a special day. This always happens.
No, this is my son and his usual sloppiness. He's been that way since he was 5. Listen, you know, I know. Hell, the neighbors know my son and I don't always get along. I do care about him. He's blood. And he gave me Cora. But the way he looks at you have a chance at real happiness together. So, thank you. What? Well, I guess you're right. After the ceremony, it looks like I get to have Cora for a little bit. I don't know if you had anything to do with Sam doing that, but if you did, you have no idea what it means to me. That's the way it ought to be. Awkward small talk over. Lillianhart should have arrived at the starport. Might be nice if someone went to meet her. And better fetch Cora, too. She's exploring the city. Which means she's at Sinclair's bookstore because she's, well, Cora.
Oh, hi! I got a new book.
No.
Charles Dickens.
What?
Fiction.
Why not?
Great
I
expectations.
sell books.
Not related to today. Or
Space
is
a
it?
premium on my phone. If I could download it to my
What
slate,
time
I
is
could
it?
have a whole library.
Shit! Oh,
There
sorry.
are places you can
Swear.
go for that, ma'am.
I lost
Just
track
not
of
my
time.
shop. Good day.
Wait, can't we?
We're done
I
here.
know, right? And Sinclair's is absolutely the best. I want to let you know I'm okay with this. The ceremony? Dad is dad, but he's lonely and you make him happy. And I like your ship loads. Oh, and you, too, of course. Wow. No tears. Big girl. I love you too. Very, very much. So, big day. Let's get to it. I'll get to the estate right away.
So, you're the one that's picking me up? Nice to see you in a less life-threatening situation. Happy to be here. Just to let you know, this shouldn't be awkward. Sam and I were never meant for each other, and we both moved on from whatever we had. Someone solicited advice. Be there for him, all the way. He and Cora deserve that. Glad to hear it. I know the way to the Coe Estate. Meet you there.
It's good to see some real joy in the Coe Estate.
Well, everyone's here. You ready to start the shindig? Okay, I'll let Mr. Cartwright know.
Welcome, everyone. One of my favorite duties as mayor is to preside over joyous occasions like this. Couples like yourselves, full of love and affection and eager to share a life together. Well, it's a blessing.
Oh, we're a blessing now. Mayor's laying it on real thick, ain't he? I had mine with a side of delicious anticipation.
Sam, have you prepared any vows?
Oh, right. Here goes. Life comes easy for some folks. They get most things right the first time. But that has never, ever been me. But this time, I know I got it right. Because of you. I know you've had a tough life, too. But we really are the lucky ones. There are a million, billion stars out there. To find anything that really matters is kind of a miracle. And as the good mayor says, I'm truly blessed. Because I have you in my life. You and me both. Always.
I understand you wanted a moment here, Sam?
I never met someone who knew me, the real me, and still wanted to be with me. I want you to have this. It's my Freestar Ranger badge. Looking back, I'm grateful. Because every step and every misstep brought me closer to you.
That's very touching. Excuse me. By the power vested in me from the Articles of Confederation, I officially, and quite happily, declare you life mates. Let me be the first to congratulate you both. Tell the Rangers.
Part of the Coe family now. My boy better treat you right. Congratulations.
I guess that makes you my parent now, too. So you gotta do what I say, right? Was that it? I was expecting like birds or cakes. Modern ceremonies are really a letdown. Dad's never smiled that wide. Almost scary.
I can't stay long, duty calls. But thanks, Sam, for inviting me. I got a good feeling about the two of you. Congratulations to the happy couple.
You know, with just one look, you get my heart racing. It ain't fair. You make me feel like I could take on the whole settled systems. And just the two of us. Another day in paradise with you. But time to get back to work. Last night, totally worth the bruise. I could get very, very used to this. Last night was truly something. You are a wonder of nature, love. With all the fun we had, you managed to get any sleep? Right here with you, it's a little patch of heaven. Hopefully, I did Constellation proud. You are... that thing with the legs and the arm that you... How was that even possible? Oh, we're done? I could go for round 4. Coming up on the end of a long ride here. We got all the artifacts. Are you ready for what comes next? Might not see each other on the other side. Hey, it's all right. I'm sure we'd miss each other until the end of days. But that doesn't mean we'll forget about our time together, you know? Hey, listen, you're probably wondering about Cora. I played it over in my head 1,000 times and I've made up my mind. She's coming with. I know what everyone's gonna say, but even if I told her no, she'd find some way on board that ship. And if we stayed behind, we'd both regret it. That might not be so bad for a while. But we both know one of us is gonna pull that trigger one day. If Cora doesn't beat us to it. But when we're going, okay? No regrets.
Your lover, Sam Coe, eventually chooses to be reborn himself. Your commitment to each other bolsters all relationships in the settled systems. Marriages blossom, more children are born who want to be adventurers in space, braving the unknown with their families.